Today I will discuss attributions and how they affect our behavior and judgments. According to Branscombe and Barron, attributions are the process people go through in order to seek information and draw influences. Attributions are also used when trying to understand our own behavior. There are two types of attributions. There's internal attribution, which presumes a person's behavior stems from internal causes like personality or their character. The second is external attributions, and it's when a person's communication is caused by factors unrelated to the personal qualities, like the environment. Attributions help us understand the behaviors of others. When you make an attribution, you analyze the situation by making inferences about the disposition of others and yourself, as well as inferences about the environment and how it may be causing a person to behave. The four attribution theories I will discuss in this video are corresponding inference theory, Kelly's covariation theory, fundamental attribution error, and the self-serving bias. The corresponding influence is defined as how we use information about others' behavior as a basis for inferring their traits. Jones and Davis theory helps us understand the process of making an internal attribution. They say that we tend to do this when we see a correspondence between a motive and a behavior. For example, when we see a correspondence between someone behaving in a friendly way and being a friendly person. An example will be if a person is choosing between jobs that are very similar apart from location and salary, and if the person chooses the lower salary job, we can infer they are not money driven. Another theory is Kelly's covariation, which include three parts: the consensus, consistency, and distinctiveness. Consensus is the extent to which other people react to a given stimulus or event in the same manner as the person we are evaluating. An example will be when Republicans and Democrats agree on a language for a bill. Consistency is the extent to which a person behaves like this every time the situation occurs. An example will be all the tests the students take are graded using the same grading scale. Distinctiveness is the extent to which a person reacts in the same manner to other or different events. For example, if Tom only laughs at a certain comedian, then distinctiveness is high. If Tom laughs at everything, then distinctiveness is low. The decision will depend on the consensus, consistency, and distinctiveness being high or low. The fundamental attribution error is defined as a tendency to explain someone's behavior based on internal factors such as personality and to underestimate the influence that external factors such as situational influences have on another person's behavior. When we are playing the role of observer, which is largely when we look at others, we make this fundamental attribution error. When we are thinking about ourselves, however, we tend to make situational attributions. An example will be when someone didn't help you study, so you think that they are an idiot or lazy, when in reality, maybe they didn't have time to help you study. According to Branscombe, the self-serving bias is defined as attributing our own positive outcomes to internal causes, but negative outcomes to external factors. The reason people tend to personalize success is because it helps their self-esteem levels. An example of a positive event would be getting an A for an essay and you attribute it to your own success. A negative example would be when you get a C on an essay and you attribute to your professor not having explained what they wanted. Attributions can produce negative impressions of others when the self-serving bias and fundamental attribution error is used. Perceptual errors can also be biased, and in the case of self-serving bias, the error works out in our favor. When we infer a person's personality based on the behavior, it often leads to error. In conclusion, attributions can help or limit us when seeking information or drawing influences. These theories talked about in this video allow us to attempt to make sense of the social world.